Hello friends, this is your friend back with a new fanfic. What if Naruto moved on and Temari's love made Sakura jealous? If you like this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's start. Chapter 1. Ever since the academy, Naruto has had a crush on Sakura Haruno. To him she was a perfect, smart and beautiful. The only problem was that for the most part she always ignored him. If she didn't, she was always shouting at him or attacking him for getting in the way of her and her precious Sasuke-kun. Bah. Sure, Sasuke was kinda like a brother to Naruto, but that didn't stop the jealousy from constantly growing inside Naruto. Wishing that Sakura showed him the affection she shows towards her precious Sasuke-kun. Everyone, it seemed, knew other than Sakura herself and maybe some others that Naruto was head over heels for the pink-haired kunoichi. Sakura was oblivious to it, and a bit like Naruto was in regards to another kunoichi named Hinata Hyuga. Everything changed though when Sasuke abandoned Konoha and joined Orochimaru to gain strength so he could kill his own brother Itachi Uchiha. Sakura almost went with Sasuke, willing to become a missing nin to be with Sasuke. Of course, that didn't happen. Instead, she begged Naruto to bring him back. The first time he failed and almost died. That ended badly also because Sakura took it the wrong way. Instead of any recognition of what happened, she hated him for defending himself and hurting her precious Sasuke-kun. It was during this time that Naruto started to doubt himself and wondering if Sakura was even worth it anymore. Thankfully, along came Jiraiya, who took Naruto for a 2.5-year training trip. For Naruto, it was a godsend, because not only could he become a better shinobi, but he wouldn't have to think of Sakura. He still intended to bring back Sasuke, that is, if he ever could. During the 2.5 years, Naruto became stronger, learning many jutsus and even learning Sage Mode, which was no easy task. In the time away, Naruto barely thought of Sakura. He had better things to think about, like getting stronger. Sakura's POV. In Konoha, Sakura had also changed. Tsunade took Sakura on as her apprentice. Sakura didn't know, but Naruto had asked her to. Tsunade was unwilling at first, knowing just how badly Sakura treated Naruto, who was like a son to her, but eventually, she caved in and took her on as an apprentice, but only after Sakura asked personally. She started becoming much stronger while taking her job very seriously, and with Sasuke turning traitor and Naruto on a training trip, Sakura had really changed. Something else changed for Sakura. With Sasuke gone and Naruto on his training trip, she seemed so alone. Although Naruto could be annoying, he wasn't such a bad guy. He could be nice sometimes, well, most of the time, but she wasn't really a good friend, well, not as she could have been. When Sakura heard that Naruto had gone on a training trip with someone called Jiraiya, she took it hard when she found out he had left without him even telling her he was leaving. In a way, she can hardly blame him though, especially after their last meeting, which was after the failed retrieval mission. She really laid into Naruto, and she really shouldn't have. He tried his best and all she did was belittle him, telling him he was so useless. Sometimes she really hates herself for what she said to him. He never deserved it. During the 2.5 years, Sakura became a great medic nin and also became a really strong thanks to her sensei, Tsunade. A part of her was always sad that Sasuke and Naruto were the powerhouses of Team 7. Sometimes it made her wonder just what she brought to the team. Of course, Sasuke was always on her mind back then, but she also realized that Naruto was not the dead last goof everyone thought he was. Surely it wasn't all just an act, was it? Naruto was sometimes an enigma to her. Yes, he was always happy, but thinking on it now, she sometimes suspected he was hiding his feelings under a mask. She, of course, heard villagers bad-mouthing Naruto, calling him a demon, but she never knew why. Why did they treat Naruto so badly? Surely it wasn't because of his pranks. Then when he left on his training trip and the villagers were happy. Sometimes it made her mad that her friend, if she could really call him that, was hated so much, and not knowing the reason why always annoyed her. A major change is she, along with every other member of the Konoha 11, become Chunin. She was happy when she finally became a Chunin, just like the rest of her classmates and friends. She had finally become strong, but even then she wondered how Naruto would take it. Being the only genin left besides Sasuke would surely wound his pride. She had even started to miss her loudmouthed teammate. She knew that her friends also missed Naruto, and of course the Ichirakus did. He was their best customer after all. Then there was Konohamaru. She saw him often. At first he was a bit edgy around her, not that she knew why, but over time he changed and they occasionally bumped into each other, not that they really spoke much, but they both missed Naruto for different reasons, of course. One of the biggest changes Sakura went through was her feelings regarding Sasuke. No matter how many times she tried to do things with him, he blew her off, often calling her weak and annoying, and that made her think, what does she really feel about Sasuke? Was it just a crush or something else she doesn't know? Naruto's paw. Naruto missed his friends back home, well, most of them at least. Jiraiya kept in contact with the news from Konoha and Naruto was happy mostly, but when the subject of Sakura came out he didn't care. He had no interest in hearing about her at all. After a while Jiraiya stopped mentioning her, as she was something he obviously didn't want to talk about. Jiraiya was sad about that because Tsunade told him often that Sakura asked about Naruto, but Jiraiya told Tsunade not to tell her anything. Of course, Tsunade hated lying to her apprentice, but she did it. Every day Sakura would leave sad. Tsunade told Jiraiya about this but couldn't do anything about it. If Naruto didn't want to know, then what could they do? They just hoped it would blow over by the time they returned. During the trip Naruto and Jiraiya met Itachi and Kisame again. They actually managed to catch Naruto by himself whilst Jiraiya was off on one of his research trips. Luckily Gamakichi informed Jiraiya, who was able to arrive and save Naruto, and Itachi and Kisame had to retreat. That was the only time they tried anything, luckily for Naruto. That was what actually got Jiraiya to teach Naruto Sage Mode, but it was worth it. 2.5 years later. Naruto and Jiraiya are approaching the main gates to Konoha. They're both laughing and chatting. Naruto's glad to be back. Izumo and Kotetsu see Jiraiya at the gate alongside what they think is the ghost of the 4th Hokage, which in actual fact it's his son Naruto Uzumaki. Although it's hard to tell, he's not wearing orange at all. He's now wearing black Anbu pants with a black t-shirt with the leaf symbol on the front, and it really shows off his muscled chest. He also has a black trench coat with black fingerless gloves. Lastly, he has a large broadsword strapped to his back. To Naruto, in his own words, makes him look badass and scary, although it didn't seem to work on the ladies. Jiraiya actually loved and hated the new look because the girls all ignored him and fawned over Naruto. Not that he really wanted the attention or did anything about it. Which brings us back to the present. Kotetsu looks up. Welcome back Jiraiya, who's that with you? He seems familiar somehow. Naruto grins. Have I really been gone that long? Maybe I should paint the Hokage monument again. Kotetsu and Izumo are stunned. They look at Naruto's new look, then Kotetsu speaks. Naruto, is that you? Naruto grins. In the flesh. How you guys doing? Izumo grins. We're good, like the look, by the way. Jiraiya mumbles something that nobody hears, but Naruto laughs. Tell me about it. The girls love the look, don't they, Ero Sennin? Jiraiya grunts. How many times have I told you to stop calling me that? Naruto grins. You know what I'm going to say, so why bother? Izumo and Kotetsu share a laugh whilst Jiraiya just grunts, talking about ungrateful runts. They finally continue walking inside. Naruto looks around and then runs off to tell everyone he's back. Jiraiya just grins and follows slowly. Meanwhile, Sakura is heading towards the gate to give them reports when she bumps into the Konohamaru crew. Konohamaru grins. What you up to, Sakura-chan? She smiles. Just heading to give some reports to the gate guards. What about you? Konohamaru grins. Waiting for the boss to return. It's been 2.5 years, right? Sakura smiles. Now that I think about it, you're right. They walk to the gate. Sakura passes the files to Kotetsu, who grins. Hey Sakura, Konohamaru, have you seen him yet? Konohamaru is confused. Seen who? Izumo grins. Why, Naruto, of course. Konohamaru grins. Boss is back. Kotetsu nods. Yes, you just missed him. Sakura, Konohamaru, Moegi and Udon start looking for Naruto. Whilst they're looking, Sakura sees him on top of a lamp post, but he looks so different. She's stunned. He actually looks kind of hot wearing that. She mentally slaps herself. Did I just think that about Naruto? Sakura's inner self shouts, oh hell yay. He looks hot, hubba hubba. Sakura just groans. Shut up. Konohamaru grins. Hey boss. Naruto is looking around when he hears a familiar voice, so he looks down. At first he lays eyes on Konohamaru with his two friends Moegi and Udon. He then looks to the right and sees Sakura. Great, why does she have to be here? He jumps down and stands up. Hey Konohamaru, long time no see. Konohamaru grins. Hell yay, man, you look badass, damn it, now I'm gonna have to get a look like that. hey check this out, boss. Konohamaru grins, then he does his own sexy jutsu. Naruto smirks, not bad kid, I'd show you mine but I've outgrown that sort of thing. Sakura looks at him, has he really grown more mature? Konohamaru grins, oh come on boss, show me. Naruto still hasn't looked at Sakura yet, he's only focused on Konohamaru, maybe another time. So how's Ebisu still a closet pervert? Konohamaru grins, hell yay. Naruto grins, figures, wow you've really gotten taller, wow, is that Moegi and Udon? Hey, guys. Udon grins, hey boss. Moegi blushes, hey boss. Naruto nods, then Sakura decides to speak, actually surprised he's not even spoken to her yet, hey Naruto welcome back. Naruto nods, Sakura. Sakura is shocked, he didn't call me Sakura-chan and he seems angry, did I do something wrong? Naruto turns away from her, I'll see you later Konohamaru, Moegi, Udon. He jumps onto a roof and jumps away, leaving a shocked Konohamaru, Moegi, Udon and Sakura. Konohamaru looks at Sakura who looks sad. What's up with the boss? He seemed angry at Sakura, he didn't even call her Sakura-chan and he never even said goodbye to her. Sakura is also shocked, what was that he seemed so angry with me? I don't understand, did I do something wrong? Could he still be angry with me about Sasuke? Jiraiya heard the whole thing and sighs, it seems he really has moved on from her, but to act like that. He watches as Konohamaru and his little crew leave and he smiles. He then looks at Sakura who looks sad, she turns around and heads home. Chapter 2. After leaving Konohamaru and his little crew and his teammate is jumping across buildings, not really a place to go. Naruto stops when he sees Ichiraku's, he smiles, it's been too long, I've missed you ramen. He jumps off the roof and pulls the sheet to the side and sits down. Ayame goes to the front, she sees a blonde kid sitting down, at first she thinks it's Naruto but he's not wearing orange at all, plus he's older. She looks at him and blushes, wow, whoever he is, this blonde bombshell is hot. She sighs, just looking at this blonde bombshell makes her think of her friend Naruto, she really misses him, he's like her little brother. She smiles, what can I get ya? Naruto looks up, wow, she's as beautiful as always, wait did I just think of Ayame-chan as beautiful, she's like my sister. He smiles, well yes I will have, let's see, 10 miso ramen, 10 chicken ramen and 10 beef ramen Ayame-chan. She's shocked, wow, he eats as much as Naruto-kun, wait Ayame-chan, nobody calls me that but Naruto-kun, is that you Naruto-kun? Naruto gives her a big grin, believe it. She's shocked, wait I was just fantasizing about Naruto, oh well can't deny he's grown so handsome. She runs around the counter and hugs him, oh I've missed you. Naruto grins, missed you to Ayame-chan. Tyuki, who heard the squealing, enters the front of the shop, took you long enough to return kid. Naruto grins, hey old man. Ayame then lets him go and blushes, oh my god he's so handsome and his muscles, wow. She runs behind the counter, I will get those orders for you. She runs out back before they notice the blush on her face. A short while later Ayame has calmed down and brings out some of the ramen along with Tyuki. They watch their best customer as he plows his way through the ramen dishes. When he's done he pays, says farewell to Tyuki and Ayame and heads to his apartment. When he gets there he's surprised to find his apartment is surprisingly in good condition. After walking to his bedroom he pulls out some ceiling scrolls and opens them up and places everything on his bed, then heads for a shower, after that puts everything on his desk, then climbs into his bed only wearing his boxers and he falls asleep. The next day he's woken up by knocking at his door. He climbs out of his bed and heads to the front door, forgetting to dress properly. He opens the door to see an Anbu with purple hair at the door. She's staring at Naruto, luckily she's wearing a mask or Naruto would see Yugao drooling at Naruto's amazing body. Uzumaki-san, you've been summoned by the Hokage. Naruto yawns, oh, hey Neko-chan, I'll be there shortly. She nods, welcome back Naruto-kun. He smiles, it's good to be back, say are you checking me out Neko-chan? She blushes, no of course not, oh I have to go. She vanishes leaving Naruto chuckling. He heads back inside and gets dressed, strapping his sword to his back, then he shunshuns to the Hokage's tower. He enters, then knocks on the door and hears Tsunade say, enter, so he opens the door and steps in, immediately seeing Tsunade and Sakura. Tsunade sees him and is shocked, wow he looks so different, no orange whatsoever. Naruto enters the room not even glancing at Sakura, you wanted to see me Ba-chan. When Sakura goes to hit him for being disrespectful, he speaks without looking at her, "Don't even think about it." Sakura drops her hand and looks down sad. He's changed so much, he's so angry, what did I do? Tsunade saw the interaction and is surprised. He really seems to be angry with her. Jiraiya wasn't kidding, seems he won't take any shit from her anymore. Well, good, that's one thing that annoyed me about Sakura and Naruto, for allowing her to do that. The reason I called you here is I want to see how you have grown so you and Sakura will fight together. Just then the door opens and in comes Shikamaru followed by Temari. Naruto looks around. "Hey, Shikamaru, long time no see." Shikamaru looks up. "Naruto, wow, you're back, nice look." Temari looks at Naruto. "That's Naruto, damn, he looks hot wearing those clothes, no orange at all. I must say I like this new look much better." Naruto smiles. "So we're facing you, that should be fun." Shikamaru looks confused and then kind of terrified. "Wait, what?" Tsunade sighs. "Not them, Naruto." Naruto nods, then sees Temari. "Wow, Temari, Gaara's sister, wow, she looks hotter than I remembered. Wait, what am I saying? I've been around pervy sage too long." "Temari, it's been a while, I must say you're looking good." Temari blushes. Thanks, Naruto, I must say the feeling's mutual." Naruto chuckles. "So how's Gaara?" She grins. "Oh, Gaara's doing just fine, he's cage now." Naruto grins. "Really, so he beat me to the big seat, did he? Oh well, I'll get there eventually." She grins. "I'm sure you will." Everyone is shocked. Temari and Naruto are obviously flirting with each other. Shikamaru smirks. "So Naruto and Temari, maybe I could get Naruto to be her chaperone from now on." When he looks up, Tsunade somehow sensed what he was feeling and she shakes her head and he sighs. "What a drag, this is too troublesome." He passes a file to Tsunade and then leaves. Temari waves back. Later's Naruto. Naruto scratches his head. "Well, that was weird, was we just flirting?" He shakes his head. "So who we fighting?" Tsunade smiles. "An old acquaintance just out there." She points outside and Naruto heads to the window and looks out. "Kakashi-sensei." Kakashi looks up from his book. "Yo." Naruto climbs out of the window. "I have a gift for you." Sakura looks out of the window and watches as Naruto passes Kakashi-sensei something. Naruto smiles. "The next editions of Ika Ika Paradise signed and everything, not even in the shops yet." Kakashi-sensei is stunned. If his mask wasn't on, everyone would see his gobsmacked face. He takes the book and starts reading. "This is amazing." He gives an eye smile. "The stands up. You will be fighting me, both of you." Naruto nods. "Fine, when and where?" Kakashi smiles. "Half an hour at Training Ground 7. Naruto nods. "Fine, I'll be there." He turns around and jumps off the roof and shunshuns across several buildings. Kakashi is surprised. Wow, he knows Shunshin, just what has Jiraiya been teaching him? He then shunshins away, also leaving Sakura and Tsunade in her office. Tsunade sighs. Wow, he's changed a lot, seems Jiraiya's been teaching him some bad things. Sakura nods. "I believe so, my lady." She's still shocked about everything. One moment he's all happy, then angry, then happy, then flirting. It's hard to get a feel for Naruto. "I better go, my lady." Tsunade nods. "You're dismissed." Sakura leaves the office, then Shizune enters. "Was that Naruto who came in?" Tsunade nods. "Yes, come on, I want to know how much Naruto has improved." 30 minutes later, Naruto is at Training Ground 7. When Sakura arrives, she looks around, late as always. Naruto just scoffs. Some things never change. Just then Kakashi arrives. "Sorry I'm late, had to help an old lady." When he sees the unimpressed looks from Naruto and Sakura, he smiles. "Anyhow, your test is simple, you just have to get these bells from me with the intent to kill." Naruto grins. "Bring it on, Kakashi-sensei." Sakura smiles. "I agree, we're ready." Kakashi nods. "Remember, teamwork will work." Sakura nods. "Hi." Naruto just nods and walks away. Sakura follows him. "Naruto, did I do something wrong?" Naruto sighs. "Let's just get this done, shall we?" She sighs. "Okay." 45 minutes later and Tsunade and Shizune have been watching Sakura and Naruto fighting Kakashi. She's impressed with both Naruto and Sakura. Of course, she trained Sakura herself, but Naruto has improved greatly, also stronger, faster, and actually uses his head more. Jiraiya, who's above them, grins. "Pretty good, don't you think, if I don't say myself?" Tsunade sighs. "What have you done to Naruto?" Jiraiya is confused. "Trained him, of course." Tsunade sighs. "Did you also teach him to be a flirt?" Jiraiya grins, who is he flirting with? I must say I'm impressed. Tsunade sighs, Temari from the Suna. Jiraiya grins, really? Naruto and Sakura are standing next to each other. She sighs, we're running out of time, what do we do? Naruto thinks then smirks, use his weakness against him. Sakura looks at him, his weakness, what's his weakness? Naruto sighs, he whispers in her ear, she's shocked then she smiles, I like it. Kakashi watches as Naruto and Sakura are scheming, then they come at him again full on, he sighs, they never learn. He's wondering what they're doing when Naruto speaks, hey Kakashi-sensei, do you wanna know what happens at the end of the book I got you? Kakashi looks shocked, he wouldn't, he covers his ears but unfortunately his Sharingan is active so he can read their lips, he closes his eyes. He doesn't realize but it was a diversion for Naruto and Sakura to gain the bells. He stands up, nice try Naruto but I'm not fooling for it. Sakura grins, you already did Kakashi-sensei. She and Naruto both hold up a bell and he sighs, damn it. Jiraiya is laughing his off whilst Tsunade and Shizune is smirking. Tsunade grins, nice tactic, Naruto using his weakness against him. Kakashi sighs, so that really happened. Naruto shrugs, no idea, I never read the book. Kakashi sighs, you tricked me. Tsunade walks out, well done you two, and Kakashi, remember that deception is a ninja skill, he played you and you fell for it. Naruto yawns, time for a walk laters. Sakura watches him go and sighs and walks off, leaving Tsunade, Shizune, Jiraiya, and Kakashi. Tsunade is now laying into Kakashi for being tricked so easily. Naruto is walking through town when he sees Temari walking alone. When he drops behind her, boo. She spins around in a fighting stance, then she smirks when she sees Naruto, you scared me. He grins, all part of my master plan. She grins back at him, I see, so you do that often, so tell me, what was it you was summoned to the Hokage for? Something to do with a fight. He grins, you hungry? She nods, sure. He grins, follow me, I'll tell you all about it. He guides her to Ichiraku's and they order ramen, then he tells her everything. When he's finished she's laughing, oh my god, that actually worked, I can't believe it. Naruto grins, me either, I mean it was a gamble but it paid off, so my turn, may I ask what you're doing here? Gaara isn't here, is he? She grins, no, just me, I was here on a mission here to sign an alliance, and whilst I'm here Shikamaru's been tasked with guiding me around Konoha, I'm sort of an ambassador between our two villages. Naruto grins, oh, must be troublesome for Shikamaru. She chuckles, I'm sure it is, I've heard him say it often. Naruto smirks, life's troublesome for him, even breathing is. She grins, I can only imagine that his first words were troublesome. Naruto grins, yay probably, or what a drag, he says that often also. She chuckles, I've noticed that also, well this was nice but I should be heading home. He nods, you want me to walk you home? She grins, quite a gentleman, sure, why not? They start walking and continue walking and laughing, but they don't know a pink-haired kunoichi is following them. Sakura sighs, no, this can't be happening, I can't lose Naruto, I lost Sasuke, I can't lose Naruto also. Chapter 3. Naruto walks Temari home. They talk about what they've been up to. Temari was surprised how much he's changed, and not only in appearance. They finally get to Temari's hotel and she waves goodnight, then heads inside. Just then Naruto senses chakra, of course, he knows who it is. What do you want, Sakura? Sakura smiles, oh, I was just walking home. Naruto sighs, cut the crap, you live the other side of the village, so I ask again, what do you want? She sighs, I just wanted to talk, I've missed you, we are teammates after all. Naruto watches her, she does seem sincere about that, no doubt she wants me to go after Sasuke again, well why bother, he left on his own, but I'll bring him back for her, I hardly care anymore. You're much stronger, I see, Ba-chan followed my advice. He starts to walk off and she jogs up to him and they reluctantly on Naruto's part continue talking. Sakura seems confused, what do you mean Naruto? He sighs, I asked her to take you on as an apprentice, I guess she did. She's shocked, he asked Lady Tsunade to train me, I'm glad you did, but I asked her myself because I don't want to be a burden anymore. He nods, I see, well you're surely not weak, I'd say you're almost as strong as Ba-chan, was training brutal I imagine. She smiles, yay, I have the scars to prove it, but I'm glad for all her help, I'm not helpless anymore and I'm a great medic. Naruto nods then smirks, it finally makes sense, I'd hear the name Doc Cherry Blossom a lot, I guess that's you. Sakura blushes, people call me that. Naruto nods, yes, they say you're the second Tsunade. She smiles, I'm glad, but I didn't know I was that well known. I see you've changed, you use a blade now, you didn't use it against Kakashi-sensei, you ever used it to fight. She's shocked, someone tried to attack you. Naruto nods, yes, the Akatsuki found me again. Itachi Uchiha and some shark-like guy with an energy-draining sword, I met them once before when we went to bring Ba-chan to Konoha. She's shocked, what did they want? Naruto sighs, me. She's shocked, why were they after you? Naruto shrugs, not sure really, I can't really go into it. She nods, you talking about the nine-tails fox? He looks shocked, how do you know about that? She sighs, wondering how to answer Naruto. She's just glad they're talking. She then looks back at Naruto. All Chunin know, all our friends know. Of course Shino sensed it and Shikamaru knew somehow. Kiba said he could smell something but wasn't sure. Naruto sighs, you're saying you're all Chunin? She sighs, well Shikamaru's a Jonin but yay. He sighs, so only me is Genin huh? She smiles, I'm sure you could become a Chunin no problem. Naruto nods, my skills are all of higher skills than Genin other than Genjutsu. She's surprised, so where would you class your skills at? He sighs, well my chakra control is much better, I'd say high Jonin level, my stamina is Anbu level or maybe Kage at least. I'd say Jonin level in Taijutsu, Chunin in Kenjutsu, ceiling mid Chunin or Jonin, Ninjutsu Jonin level in Genjutsu, Genin or maybe low Chunin. She's shocked, wow that's amazing, can't call you dead last anymore can we? Naruto sighs, I guess not, so any word on your precious Sasuke-kun? She hears the venom when he says that and sighs, I've grown up Naruto. Sasuke abandoned the village of his own free will. Naruto is surprised to hear that. She never said Sasuke-kun, just Sasuke, that's weird, so you don't love him. Sakura laughs, you know what I don't exactly know what it was I felt for him over the last few years. I've come to realize that he's not worth it. I lost my friendship with Ino over him, luckily I've regained that friendship, which I'm glad about. Naruto listens to her, he'd like to believe her but it could be lies for all he knows, so he stays quiet. He has a lot to think about, so much has changed. He's the last Genin, well Sasuke as well he guesses, although both he and Sasuke are probably Chunin or Jonin level at least. Sakura looks at Naruto who hasn't said anything, so did they say why they wanted you? Naruto looks up, oh, no but Kurama says it's to do with him. Sakura is confused, who's Kurama? Naruto sighs and points to his chest and she nods. They're dangerous, I don't know what their goal is but if they came after me they might come after Gaara. She nods, because he has a tailed beast inside him also. Naruto nods, correct. She nods then looks up, well this is my house, I'll see you tomorrow I guess. Naruto nods, yay bye, Sakura. She smiles, night Naruto. Naruto has already walked off. She sighs, he didn't say Sakura-chan again, well at least we chatted. The next day Naruto's at the training ground. Team 7 usually trains at, he's now training with his sword. He's topless and blindfolded, not that he knows why he did it. Jiraiya did say it helps him to use his other senses like sound and smell. He's been training for well over an hour when Temari and Shikamaru walk past. When Temari sees his bare chest she blushes. Shikamaru rolls his eyes, although it's quite amusing and will give him a chance to ditch her and go cloud watching, something he'd much rather do than chaperone Temari around Konoha all the time. Why him of all people? I'll leave you with Naruto if you want to say hi. She smiles, okay. Shikamaru smirks, later. Temari walks into the training ground, then she gets an idea like he did. She stops behind him and whispers in his ear, boo. Naruto grins, is that wise to do that when I'm holding a blade, Temari-chan? She blushes, he called me Temari-chan, probably not but it was worth it. Naruto smirks and takes off his blindfold and sees her checking him out. Why Temari are you checking me out? She blushes, wwhii, it's hard not to when you have a body like that. He grins, wow you're as red as a tomato. She blushes again, sorry, well you're not bad with a blade. Naruto grins, thanks, I need a sensei though. Pervy Sage only really knows the basics. I'd say I'm Chunin level maybe, well that's what Pervy Sage says. She nods, well you should find someone then. Wait, who's Pervy Sage? Naruto chuckles, Jiraiya the Sannin, he's the biggest pervert I know, I also call him Ero Sennin. She starts chuckling, I'll have to keep my eyes out for him. Naruto nods. He says he does research but really he's just perving on women at the bathhouses. She rolls her eyes. I see. He grins. He's the writer of the Ika Ika series. She sighs. You mean those pervy books? Kankuro reads them. Naruto nods. Hey, you want to spar? She smirks. Sure, why not, as long as you put your top back on your amazing body is too distracting. Naruto chuckles then rolls his eyes. Fine. He puts his t-shirt on and they start sparring, first taijutsu then ninjutsu then ending up kenjutsu. After an hour they're both sweating and breathing heavily. She grins. So you're a wind affinity also. Naruto nods. Yay, wind, water, and earth. She's shocked. 3 affinities, wow. Then she grins. Well, I'm off to the bathhouses. I could do with a nice soak after this spar, and I'll watch out for the pervert. Naruto grins. If you can summon clones then have some around the bathhouse just to be safe. She nods. I can't do any other than Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto nods. I'll show you the hand size for wind clones. He does some hand signs and summons 10 clones. He then dispels them. Now you try. She tries and summon 5. She's happy at that, a new skill she can use. Naruto smiles. There you go, should keep you pervert free. She hugs him. Thanks, Naruto-kun. She kisses him on the cheek then runs off. Naruto is confused. Did she just call me Naruto-kun? He shakes his head, then he hears a cough behind him and sees Neko standing there. He smirks. Hey Neko-chan, are you stalking me? She chuckles. You wish, Uzumaki-san. No, I was in the area and saw you sparring with that sand ninja. Your kenjutsu is okay but there were many flaws. Naruto nods. I know I haven't got a sensei yet. Ero Sennin only taught me the basics. Yugao smiles. I could help if you're interested. Naruto grins. Sure, I heard you were one of the best Anbu with a blade. She smiles and pulls out her katana. Watch what I do. He nods and then for the next few hours she starts training him. After several hours Yugao leaves saying she has to get back to work, but she tells him to continue what she taught him, then she vanishes and he continues training. Chapter 4. It's been a few hours since Yugao left Naruto and like she said he kept at it. If he was honest with himself he's glad she found him because trying to find her would have been a nightmare with her being an Anbu. They're the elite for a reason. Of course, he could have just used Kurama's chakra but he didn't want to use it, especially in the village. That's all he needed, more trouble from the villagers, something he really couldn't be bothered with. The good thing about Naruto is that he's a kinesthetic learner. This word confused Naruto like many long weird words, but it made sense for Naruto when Jiraiya explained it. Reading books or listening to people telling him something, well, it took longer to understand it all. Whereas someone showing him, he learned it easily and picked things up so much easier. At first he asked if something was wrong with him, but Jiraiya said that there are 3 different styles and some people can be one of them or 2 of them. For Naruto, he was a kinesthetic learner. As he's going through the katas Neko-chan taught him, he's also thinking about 2 women who seem to be having a larger impact in his life. Well, 2 new ones. He already had Ayame-chan who was like a big sister, same for Shizune, then there was Ba-chan who was like a mother figure. These 2 new people are Sakura. Well, actually Sakura isn't exactly a new person in his life, she's his teammate and he had a major crush on her, but after leaving on his training trip and after she begged him to bring the tem back to her, he started to change his feelings for her. She would never be his, and during the training trip with Jiraiya he'd finally come to a decision that he'd step back and just bring the tem back and then be done with her. Yes, that does kind of seem a cruel way to put it, but why should he continue to chase after someone who wants someone else? It's so crazy. What exactly would he gain from it? Nothing. But since he's come back, Sakura's been different, and she even told him that Sasuke made his own choice to leave. She even didn't call him Sasuke-kun, and she even said it with venom in her voice that was surprising to him. Of course, like before, it could be all an act from her. It's so confusing for him. Then there was her being there right after he dropped off Temari. Was it just a coincidence or was she following them? He actually scoffs at that but stops swinging his katana for a moment to think on it. He picks up his towel and wipes the sweat from his head before taking a drink of his bottle of water. He then sits down against a tree and continues thinking. Could Sakura be jealous of me being around Temari-chan? I mean, Temari-chan's a nice woman and has a lot of fire in her, but we're like from 2 different villages. Yes, we are allies, that helps, but common Temari-chan doesn't like me, does she? Then there is Sakura. What's her deal? Does she like me now or something? Naruto ruffles his hair and groans. Damn, I need to wash my hair. Then he just continues thinking. What do I feel for Sakura? I mean she treated me like crap for years in the academy. Yes, she changed some when she became my teammate, but not that much. Man, women are strange people, I really don't understand them. After 5 minutes of sitting there, he gets back up. For 5 minutes he tried to block out his thoughts on the matter, and it actually worked, but now as he starts working on the Kate, as the other new people making an impact in his life takes over his thoughts. Temari, Gaara's big sister, he can't say he thought of her at all really. Yes, she's older than him, but only 2 years, no big deal on that. No, it's the way she's been around him. He's positive she's flirted with him. With being around that pervert Jiraiya for that long, Naruto's picked up some things and one is flirting back, and with her of all people. He admits she's attractive, very attractive actually, and smart, is full of fire and passion, but he likes that. He can say he's enjoyed spending time with her. She shows a side of herself he doubts she shows many people, her playful side, but is that only with him? Again, he doesn't understand women, he doesn't understand what Jiraiya sees in them, they're complicated, and he scoffs. Never thought I'd say this, but Shikamaru's right, women can be troublesome. Away from the training ground, Shikamaru sneezes, then he grins. I think I've converted someone to my way of thinking. Naruto sighs, what do I really think about them? I mean, seeing Sakura again, I admit she's grown up, and damn, she's attractive, not much in the chest area, not that it matters, but she's always been attractive, well, to me anyways, and although I'd never tell anyone. Also, I hope she never finds out that girl's far too loud. He chuckles to himself, what am I thinking, getting spooked for nothing? Well, whatever. Now let's think about Temari-chan. She's smart, attractive, a true kunoichi, and doesn't take shit from anyone, I bet. I actually like that, but she'd never like me like that. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Damn, what the hell is wrong with me? I'm never like this, but then again, I've never had 2 women my age who have a big effect on my thoughts. I'm glad Pervy Sage doesn't know about this. I'd never hear the end of it, and he'd most likely use this for his next perverted book. While Naruto's having a dilemma on what to think about both Temari and Sakura, the 2 aforementioned girls are both thinking about their new teammate friend. Temari again is being led around Konoha by Shikamaru. He's showing her stuff. To be honest, she's not sure why he still does this. She's been here enough times over the years to know what's important. Maybe Shikamaru's so bored he just likes showing her places he's shown her before, not that she's paying attention to anything he's said in the last hour. He found her after she came out of the hot springs, and when he asked her if she wanted him to show her around, she just nodded. Of course, it was about an hour into the walk that she realized what had happened, but she just shrugged and continued thinking about Naruto-kun. Naruto is certainly different than anyone she knows. He's funny, strong, handsome as hell, and to top it off, single. At first she considered maybe giving Shikamaru a shot. He's smart and strong. The only problem is he's damn lazy and everything is troublesome to him. Yes, she said to Naruto-kun that it was funny, but she lied. He can get so annoying sometimes. Okay, most of the time, but he's not such a bad guy. Then the day she met Naruto after returning from his training trip, and damn, it was like seeing a ghost. Well, not exactly, but damn, she didn't recognize Naruto at all at first. It was only when Shikamaru called him Naruto that she realized just who was in the room with them, well, other than the Hokage and Sakura, her apprentice. Then they were actually flirting with each other, something she's never done before, well, very rarely, and never in front of her brothers. That would be suicide. Well, it might be different with Naruto, as Gaara and Naruto have this strange bond like brothers or something. She'll never forget what Naruto did for her in Kankuro. He brought their baby brother back to them, and neither can never truly repay him. Then there was Naruto surprising her and the easy way they talked with each other. This is kind of unheard of for her. Not many guys dare to even talk to her out of fear of her brothers finding out. It's why she's never dated before, although fear plays a major part in that also. Maybe if she got with Naruto, Gaara, and Kankuro may ease off or something. Naruto is certainly a great guy, something she never would have thought when he was younger in those hideous orange jumpsuits screaming kill me now. But now he wears black. He's more skilled, has a body of perfection, well, in her mind has a nice personality, has skills to back up his words, an overall nice guy. The only problem is Sakura. Now she's never spoken to any of the kunoichis of Konoha in great length. She remembered the first time her and Tenten laid eyes on each other after the Chunin exams. If looks could kill, she'd be dead 10 times over. Eventually, they gained a truce, although Temari never outright feared Tenten. The glaring got kind of irritating. It was the Chunin exams, you were supposed to win by any means possible, and Temari was the wrong opponent for Tenten. It's why it was so easy to beat her. Ino and her, well, she hasn't spent much time with her. She's not really a girly type girl, but she's not a tomboy either. Then there's Hinata, that girl in Temari's opinion shouldn't be a kunoichi, she just doesn't fit in. It's like she's a kunoichi for the wrong reasons. Then there's her personality, she's shy and doesn't seem to have much confidence in herself. Lastly is Sakura. They've barely spoken much, the occasional hello, how was your trip, that's about it. Temari would only ever see Sakura in the Hokage Tower really, or maybe in a coffee shop. One thing always puzzled her, and that was her personality. She had a hot temper, her reasons for getting strong were vague. Then there was her friendship with her teammates. It was obvious from the start that she had feelings for that traitorous Uchiha, Sasuke. Yes, Temari admitted he was handsome, but that was it. The guy had the personality of an emo and the arrogance of an Uchiha, something that she hated, arrogant brats. Sakura's friendship with Naruto was interesting from what she heard from Shikamaru. At first she hated him, then when they became teammates they bonded some. Then there was her begging of Naruto to bring him back to her. Shikamaru told her of Naruto's obvious attraction towards Sakura and she saw it herself. So for Sakura to beg Naruto to bring that traitor back must have really hurt Naruto. It wouldn't have bothered her years ago, but now after seeing this new Naruto and getting to know him better, she knows deep down he must have been in pain to promise such a stupid, foolish promise to someone who did nothing to deserve it. Shikamaru told her how she used to treat Naruto and it did anger her, both anger at Sakura for doing it and anger towards Naruto for allowing Sakura to do that to him, but then there was his crush on her, he'd probably never think to hurt her. Then she remembered something that she's only now thinking about, and that was the atmosphere in the room. Naruto and Sakura didn't seem to be close. One was beside the Hokage's desk, that being Sakura, and Naruto the other side of the desk from her. It was weird, especially after what Shikamaru said about those two. Did they fall out or something? She doesn't know and doesn't really care. One thing that she's also remembering was the expressions of Tsunade, Shikamaru, and Sakura after her and Naruto's little flirting session. They was shocked, and she could also see some hurt in Sakura's eyes. At the time she didn't think anything of it, but now is a different story. She never said anything to Naruto when he walked her home, but she did see Sakura following them. She wasn't exactly doing a decent enough job of concealment. Of course, her pink hair is a dead giveaway, nobody but her has pink hair, so it begs the question, why was she following them? Was she jealous of how close Naruto and her were getting? If that's the case, then why now? Well, to be honest, this is a new thing. Naruto and Temari never really spoke in the Chunin exams, but why is Sakura only now getting jealous? Does she now have feelings for her teammate? It's not unheard of for teammates to become lovers, or so she's heard, but what brought this change on? Surely it's not because of her flirting with Naruto and she feels threatened. Temari actually smirks at that thought, but Shikamaru never noticed. So she sees me as a rival for Naruto's heart. I could have some fun with this. Then her smile drops. Why now though? What has made her feelings for Sasuke to go, and now see Naruto as a replacement? Then she smirks again. Well, whatever this is, it's not going to be smooth sailing for you. You may have the advantage of being teammates, but you have the disadvantage of caring for someone else, and Naruto may not see you as he once did. She evilly chuckles. Also, that little excuse about walking home. When you lived on the other side of Konoha, you thought I didn't hear that little white lie. You do feel threatened. Then once again her smirk drops. But what if he does fall for her? They're teammates, right? They know each other well, more than I know him. She has the advantage again. Maybe I should ask Naruto what he thinks of Sakura now, only then will I know how good my chances are. Meanwhile, while Temari and Naruto are having their little dilemmas, the third person in this little love triangle, if it is one, is also deep in thought. This girl is Sakura Haruno, and she's on her break at the hospital, or what she thought was a break. Zoning out has that effect on some people. 35 minutes ago she grabbed a coffee, the same one that's in front of her, stone cold. Not that Sakura seems to have noticed when she arrived. The cafeteria was packed now, it's only her and two other nurses. Sakura sighs. I can't let Temari get with Naruto, not when I've finally realized that I have feelings for Naruto. How the hell did it come to this? Years ago, if anyone said I'd have feelings for Naruto and that some other girl likes him and that I was jealous, I'd have laughed at them or punched them, or maybe both, but it's really happening. She groans. Well, in a way there always was a girl who liked Naruto, Hinata, but she's so shy and can barely talk to Naruto without turning red and fainting. If I'm honest, I don't even know if Naruto even knows or cares about her in that way. Was this how it was for Naruto with me? Is Hinata like Naruto, and Naruto's sort of me? Wow, that's so bizarre. She picks up her cup of coffee and sees it's cold, so she just groans and puts it back down. When has Naruto ever flirted with anyone? I mean he never flirted with me, or did he and I just never noticed, and why with Temari? I never even knew they spoke to each other. I don't think he and Jiraiya stopped in Suna during the training trip. Temari seemed as shocked to see him as Shikamaru was. She then giggles when she remembered Shikamaru's shock at possibly fighting her and Naruto-kun. He looked like her almost pissed himself. Then she groans again. Then Naruto started flirting with Temari, and it seemed so natural for him. Was that Jiraiya teaching him to flirt? Then there was them bumping into each other and taking her to eat at Ichiraku's. Was that a date? They seemed to enjoy spending time together. She screams in her head. No, damn it, I can't lose Naruto-kun to her. I know Naruto-kun better than her. She's from Suna. Me and Naruto-kun are from Konoha. I have the home advantage here, plus he's my teammate and she's only an ambassador and not here all the time, but me and Naruto and teammates, so again I have that advantage. Then she sighs, but Naruto-kun is angry with me for what reason I don't know. He never said, and I used to like Sasuke. Maybe he's gotten over me, so maybe he did go to Suna. She could have been acting surprised to throw everyone off that they're secretly dating. Then she bangs her head off the table. Am I too late? Have I already lost Naruto to her? Then she rubs her chin. Wait, what am I saying? Naruto's not smart enough to act like he's not seen her since the Chunin exams. But he's certainly different. He's stronger, faster, handsome than he was before. How could I compare to other girls? She looks down at her chest. Look at me, I have a flat chest. Compare me to Hinata, or Ino, or Tenten, or even Temari and well, I've got nothing, not even going to mention Lat Tsunade. Just grow, damn it. She stops her train of thought and looks up, then looks at the clock and she groans again. She's been doing that a lot since she saw Naruto and Temari together. Why did I come to the cafeteria? Am I that depressed? I forgot I've only got a half day at the hospital today. I came here for nothing and I could have gone looking for Naruto-kun and tired to talk to him. She then hums, maybe then I can find out why he's so angry with me. I could also ask him if he and Temari are dating. I hope not, it will mean I still have a chance. Before she sniffs her clothes, maybe a shower first. I forgot that idiot was sick all over me. Wait, I've seriously been sitting here for, she looks at the clock, 50 minutes covered in sick. Why didn't anyone tell me? She rushes out of the cafeteria and quickly rushes home. She rushes upstairs, quickly pulling off her dirty clothes and tossing them in the washing basket before climbing into the shower. She looks down. Ew, gross, I have sick on my legs and stomach. How did that happen? Lucky I noticed going to find Naruto, who's already angry with me. Looking like this isn't good. Let's just hope when I get there Temari's not there, although I think she's heading back to Suna today, so that's good. Will give me enough time to talk to Naruto without her around. After 35 minutes of some heavy scrubbing and washing her hair twice, she quickly wraps a towel around herself and rushes to her room, where she quickly gets dressed within 5 minutes. A record, to be honest, but she hasn't got the time to hand around. She needs to talk to Naruto-kun. She quickly rushes downstairs, grabbing a banana as she's kind of hungry. Then she rushes out and starts heading towards training ground 7. As she's rushing there, she sees a shadow above her and sees a bird flying into the tower. She knows what that means, a messenger bird. She ignores it. She's nearly there when Kakashi appears in front of her and tells her to follow him to the Hokage Tower. When she asks about Naruto, he says he's already heading there. She just nods and follows Kakashi-sensei.